It's crazy. The Texas hemp industry, which exploded after legalization of hemp back in 2019, is now facing mounting scrutiny. As the state's hemp market grows, concerns are rising about the unregulated sale of hemp-derived products, especially products containing Delta-8 THC, a psychoactive compound similar to Delta-9 THC, the main ingredient in marijuana, you guys. Hemp's rapid expansion in Delta-8's THC popularity since the 2018 Farm Bill legalized hemp at the national level, Texas has become a major hub for cultivation and production. By 2021, hemp cultivation in the state reached over 70,000 acres, with more than 500 licensed hemp producers. Delta-8 THC, a cannabinoid derived from hemp, quickly gained popularity because it provides a milder high than traditional marijuana and is not explicitly banned by federal law. Sometimes in this industry, we call it weed light. This loophole allowed producers to create and market Delta-8 products legally, even though they often contain psychoactive effects similar to Delta-9 THC. The popularity of Delta-8 THC has exploded in Texas, with products ranging from gummies and tinctures to vapes and edibles readily available at convenience stores, gas stations, and smoke shops. And a lot of them may be on sale because it's Black Friday today, you guys. But there's been a push for regulation. That's right. The unregulated nature of the hemp market has raised alarms among state lawmakers, health officials, and medical marijuana providers. While Delta-8 THC is legal under the 2018 Farm Bill, Texas lawmakers are now considering tightening regulations, citing concerns about consumer safety and the potential for underage consumption. One of the key issues is that Delta-8 products are not tested for safety or potency before being sold to consumers. Without proper oversight, there are concerns about the purity of these products and the potential presence of harmful chemicals or contaminants. And additionally, there is no standard for labeling, making it difficult for consumers to know exactly what they are purchasing. Representative Stephanie Click, a Republican from Fort Worth and chair of the House Public Health Committee, has voiced concerns about the rise of unregulated hemp products. She has been pushing for stricter regulations to ensure that consumers are protected and that products sold in the state are safe and properly labeled. Medical marijuana providers in Texas are also raising concerns about the impact of the unregulated hemp market. Texas medical marijuana program, known as the Compassionate Use Program, has strict regulations in place for the production and distribution of medical cannabis. These regulations include rigorous testing requirements and limited THC levels for products. The unregulated sale of Delta-8 products in the open market, they argue, is undermining their business, which operates in a tightly controlled environment. Providers contend that patients using medical cannabis in Texas may be inadvertently consuming unregulated products with higher or inconsistent levels of THC, including two potential health risks. I love how they're just automatically assuming that people are trying these products that are going to be shopping at their stores. They're just assuming that people are stupid. I mean, that's just kind of a dumb argument to me, but whatever. I'm going to get off my soapbox and back into the article. In a quote, "We're trying to provide safe, legal, and reliable access to medicine for our patients, and the unregulated hemp market is making that harder," said Dr. Mark Rubin, a Houston-based physician and advocate for medical marijuana. He says, "We're seeing consumers becoming confused about what they're buying, and that's a big problem." I'd love to know how confused they really are. I think he's totally gaslighting these people, but whatever. Lawmakers' proposal for change. In response to the growing concerns, Texas lawmakers are considering several legislative proposals that would regulate Delta-8 THC and other hemp-derived cannabinoids. These proposals include requiring testing of all hemp products for potency and contaminants before they are sold, establishing clear labeling standards, and imposing age restrictions to prevent minors from accessing these products. Senator Charles Perry, a Lubbock Republican who has led efforts to regulate the hemp industry, emphasized the need for clear guidelines to protect both consumers and businesses. In a quote, "We need to establish rules that give consumers confidence while allowing businesses to operate fairly," Perry said. The future of the Texas hemp industry, though, you guys, in Texas, while the push for regulation is gaining momentum, it is not clear how the legislature will proceed. Hopefully they get stalled out and don't do anything, but whatever, we'll see. The hemp industry, particularly small producers, has pushed back against excessive regulations, arguing that they could stifle innovation and growth in the sector. Proponents of a more hands-off approach argue that Texas should embrace the hemp industry's potential as a key economic driver, especially for rural areas. However, as public health concerns and the demand for safer products grow, it appears that regulation is becoming inevitable. Whether the Texas hemp industry will continue to thrive without stricter controls, or whether lawmakers will impose new regulations in 2025 remains to be seen, you guys. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Texas, they got big problems down there with some bad hemp, apparently, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this.
Man, this is just all about hemp derivatives today?
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're celebrating Black Friday.
Shout out to Parody Gummies, huh?
Yeah, shout out to Parody Gummies. Make sure you head over to www.parodygummies.com and secure your bag today. Yes, that's right, bro. I love this story. This story was so funny to me. Because they want to make the argument, the what about the kids argument for these Delta 8 products and all these kids going into gas stations. And I'm just not buying the argument that consumers are confused as to what they're buying. Like, people know if they're walking into a medical marijuana store in Texas, because there's only like 3 of them, or if they're walking into a gas station. It's pretty apparent. I don't think it's a lot of confusion there for the general market. So I think that's total bunch of bullshit that they're trying to propagate.
Is RC Cola still a thing?
I'm sure in some states.
Yes.
Okay, so if you go into a convenience store that does not have Coca-Cola, does not have Pepsi, but it has RC Cola, do you know what the fuck you're buying?
You're in Tijuana.
Am I right? You know what you're
in
buying.
Tijuana. I mean, it's just like buying a Mexican Coke. You know that Coke doesn't put Coke in bottles anymore.
Right. I refuse to believe it's at this point it's confusing people. You know exactly what the fuck you're buying.
That's my whole point. That's my whole point. Shout out
I don't know about the average Joe user.
I do.
We're talking
Stop
about
it, bro.
We're experts. And all of our friends are experts. I don't know that the average Joe who's going into a convenience store knows what the hell they're buying.
Jesse,
if it says THC gummies.
Yeah, you do.
Jesse, when you go into the dollar store and you see the Palmolive with a different shade of green soap, you know that's not really Palmolive.
I do.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. That's my point. If the people can figure this out in the dollar store, they can figure this out in the regular stores too.
Bro, you understand that we've been trying to teach people who are cannabis shoppers at dispensaries what terpenes are for 10 years, and they still don't understand it.
Yeah, but that's because there's not a unified way to teach them. Terpenes are far more difficult for people to comprehend than just to see a color of a SKU on a label.
Jesse, if you were the average,
when I go into the average truck stop and I look at the average person and see the types of things that they're buying and the types of things that they're doing and the decisions that they're making, I don't think that their intelligence level is high enough to understand what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Jesse, first off, I think that's disrespectful to the average intelligence of the person at a truck stop. You just don't know. But secondly,
no, I said I look at them. I look at them. I do.
So you look at people and you judge them. Okay.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I do. I do all the time.
For sure.
I have no problem with that.
All right.
I profile.
What I'm going to say is, if you go into a truck stop and you're buying weed, chances are you can actually buy real weed from the person in the parking lot, but the weed that you see on the shelves of the actual truck stop, you know goddamn sure that is not weed.
Mm-hmm.
A truck stop is not going to be just selling weed. And if you ask the person who is selling the weed, oh, is this weed? Like, no, it's not. Mm-hmm. They're going to tell you that it's not weed.
Oh, you know what? Oh,
very hard to believe that people are going to get confused.
Shout out to Elizabeth Miller. Elizabeth Miller in the chat. She says Senator Click is no longer an issue advocate. She didn't survive her primary. Interesting.
We're talking about a population of people who there's many people in this country who will try to go vegetarian or vegan and they think it's healthy, but what they do is they buy vegan cookies and eat tons of packaged food that's totally junk, full of all kinds of ingredients and preservatives and everything else, and they call it healthy because it says vegan on it. This is the intelligence level of the general population of America who's willing to just say, oh, if it says so on a package, we'll just buy it and it's fine. I think that's where most people are at, and that's where most people this is why this product even works.
Just for the record, Jesse.
Every convenience store.
Just for the record, Jesse, Parody Gummy is also vegan.
That's not the point, bro. The point is that the intelligence level of people who will just buy something because it says so on a package. So it's easy
but that's
to
just
marketing.
marketing.
Put it on the package and thank you. Exactly.
That's just marketing.
People buy it all day.
Shout out,
they believe it.
Yeah, shout out to the Cole memo because he believes it too. Because he says in the super chat, he says testing, labeling, and age gating equals the path forward.
Right. I think in this age of awakening, people are asking questions. And people are like, oh, just because this label says this don't mean shit. It means somebody paid somebody behind the scenes to get this on this label. And I am believing it because what? You're not believing it. You know better than that. Like, do you believe a COA? Do you believe every COA that you can just print out?
I mean, in all fairness, you know.
But again, do I? No, but this is when we're talking about different people, right? Like, I don't know, man. I think that people don't understand what they're buying. They're like, oh, weed, oh, cool, hemp, weed. They just don't even know what the difference is. They have no idea what we're even talking about.
Well, that's
the problem.
Shout out to Elizabeth Miller again in the chat who says, Click is the only reason we had a medical program, but it's a joke. And she constantly failed at getting the lieutenant governor to keep his deals to expand it. So no, Senator Click is not a real loss. Time to reset. Oh, look at little baby Zozo. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the holiday season kicking in. What's going on, Zozo? How you doing today?
Say hi, Uncle Jason.
What's going on, girl? Yeah. Did you get all the turkey yesterday?
Did you get all the turkey yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All the cookies yesterday.
Yeah.
All the cookies.
All the cookies.
All right.
All the cookies. Oh, look at the little rising shiner over here.
Yeah. Sleepy. And you know what? Good morning, Zozo. Hi, baby. I think even Zozo knows that you can't buy weed at a gas station.
I mean, but you can.
Not real weed.
She ain't got no money yet.
Zozo's got some money.
She got some crypto. She got a crypto wallet, I heard, Rico.
Good morning.
She's not into she's not into crypto yet.
Well,
okay,
I mean, I thought this story was interesting. I'm surprised you didn't
She said, unhand me, Father.
Dr. Mark, you have any final thoughts on this story?
It reminds me of the first story, right?
Yeah, it's similar. We got a theme going on today.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's difficult once you turn on this market to turn it off.
That's right. Right. It's too much sand to shovel it all back in the ocean, Dr. Mark.
I think this hemp derivative market is rapidly turning into the legal weed market that we thought was going to happen.
I mean, it is technically. It's all THCA at the end of the day, Rico.
That's my point, Rico, is it's turning into the legal weed market, and that's what people are buying, and they have no idea that there's a difference.
I think that's fantastic, and they should head over to www.parodygummy.com to get some today.
We need to have a little more faith in people, right? They might not understand exactly how you derive THC from hemp and the process by which that's done, but they understand if their state has a recreational store they could walk into if they got to go see Bob at the gas station and get a pack of weird gummies. Like,
I think they understand. I think they understand the difference, but they're quickly not. They're not caring as much.
I'm not waking up again, right? Like I'm just not getting up again if they're that stupid now.
Well, yeah, whether they know or not, I think I think that's not even the question. Is whether they care or whether they're going to continue to care. Would you rather pay twice the amount for something that is going to get you lit over here, or would
it's
you
even more than that?
No, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this Kirkland brand weed over here. That's available.
It's even more than that. I mean, you can go to a Wine and More and buy some drinks in Minnesota, and if you can go into a Wine and More store and just buy cannabis drinks that say they have THC in them. Like, I just don't know where the consumer is going to be like, is this real weed that I can get here? No, they're going to be like, I got THC at the Wine and More store. That's all they're thinking.
I think that's in Texas too, Jesse. I think
everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not everywhere, but I think it's in a lot more places than some places. Definitely do. You need to go to a dispensary to buy a 10 milligram drink. But yeah, Minnesota is kind of like leading the way, but I think Texas is one of those states where you can get, THC drinks at a liquor store.
You can. You definitely. I mean, you can get them right here in Orange County. I've seen them.
And see, that's my point. When these things start showing up in these stores, what does the consumer have to know the difference? They have nothing.
They don't.
Other than it's in a different store.
Well,
all they know is that in the past 10 years, the laws keep changing and things are happening, and they hear stuff in the zeitgeist, but they can't put it all together. It's not that they're stupid. It's that they're like literally purposefully uneducated.
You know what they actually know from all of this, Jesse, is what they know is that it's now at a convenient location for them to pick up. And they don't have to go to some random weed store in the shadows in some back alleyways because it's not in a commercial zone. It's in an industrial zone in the city that they live in, and da 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 da. So now they just go.
That's right. I mean, more than 50% of America believe that that Trump is going to be that Trump wasn't going to lead us into another depression. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get 50% of the people can believe this is weed. I guess you are right, Jesse.
It is. And shout out to the Cole memo.
That was nice. I was waiting for you to do that, Rico.
Shout out to the
stupid card the other way.
Shout out to the Cole memo with another big old super chat who says, "What is the difference between descheduled cannabis and what we've done with hemp? Consumers should not be forced to purchase at a dispensary." Well, I mean, you're right about that. I mean, there is no difference. It is basically default legal because at the end of the day, it's all THCA. Cole memo.
All right.
Yeah. And on that, we are going to roll right into America's sweetheart, Miss Jenny Beth Dills, who happened to be so fortunate to join us today. She's the founder of Justice Served, a 501c3, and of Kind Cannabis that does all types of consulting needs. That's right. It is none other than Miss Jenny Beth Dills.
Glad to see you alive and still with us, Jenny Beth.
I'm fucking sleepy. I cooked all day yesterday.
Nobody told you to do that?
Jason back.
Yeah, she had to cook.
And then Jason had the audacity to try and say thanks for doing most of the cooking. I'll have you know that Jason chopped up the veggies when I asked, and he washed the dishes. And he opened the cranberry sauce.
I did a lot more than that.
And
Easy.
had the audacity to say most of the cooking.
I did. I was the one. I had to like go inside the turkey and do the whole extraction mode.
Yeah, you stuck your hand in the turkey's ass, but that was for content. And if you don't show that on the show today, it's not counting.
But how many joints of the best weed in the world did he roll?
Oh, I have a whole bunch of them rolled up.